All right. We are going to start the podcast, the first podcast we've done, season preview especially. I don't think we did one last season, but definitely the season before, I think we did. It might have just been me that did it. I don't think we've done a group one probably since the last Madden. And yeah, so right now it is me. We have with us Matty Harsh, his, I think, second podcast appearance. We have, there he is. We have Clemson. This is probably his 10th podcast appearance. I have no idea. Fitty will probably be joining us later. Hirsch will be.
Sure will.
Is that Fitty?
It sure is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the 4-time COFL Bowl champion, that dude Fitty, the defending champion, public enemy number 1, with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good to see everybody.
Hirsch will be joining us later. And last but not least, his debut, the nastiest man of all, Nasty Nate. Nasty Nate, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
There he is.
There he is. The dirtiest city in America, the nastiest man in the world.
Exactly. So I guess we got a lot to cover. You know, I mean, it's been like I was saying before, it's been a while since we done a group podcast. Season previews are usually my favorite just because we all just kind of get to give our opinion on what we think is going to happen, and we go over each division and each tier, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to go over a lot. We're going to talk about a lot. So the way things are going to go is we're going to start with the MOFL, and the reason is because we have a lot of new guys in the MOFL, which is a good thing. And these guys kind of need a little breakdown of how it's going to work. By the way, enjoy my little transition on my slides. I spent a lot of time on them.
Pretty literally just artwork.
Thank you. So this is the 4th season of the MOFL, and what the MOFL is. And if Fitty, Nate, Clemson, or Boomer, also known as Matty Harsh, if you guys want to chime in on anything I missed, let me know. But what the MOFL is it's a developmental relegation league. That's the best way I can explain it. So in the past, we just had the COFL. It was 32 teams. We'd have to replace guys every once in a while, and sometimes we couldn't find a replacement. We'd have to go through fucking idiots and just hell to get good ones. So finally, we got a good group of 32. And then there were people who were messaging me saying, hey, next time you have room, let me in, like I want in. And so that grew and grew, and then I created the MOFL because of that. It also helps us weed out any mopes, any people who just, the league isn't for them. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything you guys want to add to that, or no?
That sounded about as beautifully put as the person who made it.
There you go.
Yep, sounds good to me.
So this season, look at that. This season, we have, I want to say 3, 6, 9, is that 11 teams? 3, 6, 9? Yeah, 11 coaches. So looking at this right now, all right, there's 11 coaches. Think of it, for those of you guys who are in the MOFL, think of it as a round-robin tournament, okay? You all are going to play each other one time. The top 2 teams at the end of the season play each other for the MOFL Bowl. Now, in between that, there will be people replaced in the COFL. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. Whoever is the most active, most wins, that's pretty much it, will get moved up. So just be active. And it's an open schedule. So your 10 opponents, you can play at any time. And it's going to be, and this is where I'll let you guys kind of chime in, because some of you played some of these new guys in it. And I can tell you this, it's going to be, if these guys stick it out, if these guys embrace what this is. And what this is it's almost like the anti-franchise. And I'm in 2 franchises. A lot of us are in 2 franchises, maybe 4. And Franchises are good, but the worst thing about franchises is you get these freaking sim losses to bums and scrubs that you would normally beat, but you only have 2 days to play it. But we all work and we have lives, so there's really only like a 6 to 8 hour window of when you can play these games, and if you miss one, you get a loss. So in this you don't have that in the COFL and the MOFL. There's no sim losses. You got to play all 16 games. You got to play all 10 games. That's what I love about it. But Fiddy, you want to add anything? Fiddy, what do you like about the MOFL? That's what I want to know.
I think this is one of the best ideas we've ever come up with, and you've covered 90% of why, but it's just a great opportunity for us to not have to like ruin the integrity of potentially important situations in the COFL, and seeing everything come to fruition, getting to see who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, who's good at the game, who's going to struggle. We get to like see it before we let it into the league, and what we've built with the COFL is pretty awesome. So I feel like it's a great bridge, and I think that's super awesome. And this year, I've never seen anything like what we're going to have here. There's some talent in the MOFL.
I know. Matty Harsh, you got anything you want to say? You want to add to it, or no? You don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, play your game. I mean, you don't have to be a world beater to make it into the COFL. And like Prez said, that's one way you can get in, is just being active, playing as much games as you can. I mean, we're in our third generation of consoles in this league, dating back to the PS2 on NCAA 0506, and we've been running strong ever since.
Yeah, that's it's interesting. I didn't even think about that. He said one thing there, but he also said something about a week ago. He said we are now entering our third decade in the COFL. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, that is crazy.
And then third console, PS2, PS3, PS4.
Yeah, the five's coming.
Name a league that's lasted 2 years, and we're in our third decade.
No shit. That's actually pretty cool. Good shit, man. Everyone pat themselves on the back right there for that. Everybody.
Absolutely.
Clemson, you want to say anything? He's not there. Nasty Nate, you want to say anything?
I think that this will be, I think Fiddy already said it, I think this will be the most competitive the MOFL will be that we've seen so far. I mean, I think I played the Ron. I played DQ, that guy, a couple of times. Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's 5 or 6 guys here that are really gonna just slug it out for that, and only 2 make the bowl. So
I know
it's gonna be it'll probably be the most exciting year for the MOFL.
Yeah, and I looked. Sorry to cut you off there, Nasty Nate, but that won't be the last time I do it. But look, before we started this podcast, I went and looked at the 32 teams in the COFL now, and 11 of them came from the MOFL. I didn't count Matty Harsh because he just kind of like snuck his way back in, the dirtiest sneak in ever, which I love though. But you know what? The guy got married. Fucking he earned it.
He went through hell, I'll tell you that.
And when we go look at the standings, I'll point out some names, but don't let seeing like a 10-team league push you away from like wanting to be a part of it, because it's more than that. I mean, it's pretty much, to me, it's what's 32 plus 11, a 43-team league, Shit, dude, we just had a 41-team Madden tournament, and like I just whipped that out of my ass. I didn't like plan that. I just said, hey, I think I'm going to do a Christmas Bowl tournament, and then it turned into World War I, which we're about to have World War III in the real world, but...
and 2 of the best trailers made since this shining moment.
No shit, right? So some of these coaches, I want to point out 2 of them. 2 of them they would be tier 1 coaches if they make it to the COFL. That's Daniel, and that's Theron, also known as Theron. They're dangerous. If they get into the COFL, they're gonna cause some damage. And I like them. They're good guys. They're quiet. They're active. They play their games. They're mature. And that's what the great thing about the MOFL is. You can kind of see the maturity of guys, who's mature and who's not. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
DQ.
I think Supreme and Jaren, I've heard good things about. I've played Supreme, haven't played Jaren yet, but I think good half of this MOFL could be a mainstay if they work at it and stay with it.
Yeah, Jaren's solid. Jaren's like a tier three coach, I would say. Supreme, I'd say Supreme is tier 3. He's kind of like a reminds me of maybe like a Deuce Club. It's hard.
He's played me pretty tough, but at the same time, he does have the old rapey Nick Chubb.
Dude, that's the thing. Is like we're gonna talk about his franchise team real quick. I mean, it's just loaded, it's stacked, so I can't really get a gauge on someone if they're really that good or not. And that's not a knock on him. I'm just saying, but he's definitely talented. But so this will start when the COFL season starts, which I don't know, man. I said I wanted to start it Sunday. I might just say fuck it, let's start it Friday.
Yeah, the old press fuck it. I
love it. Real quick, for everyone that's listening, we're gonna be in the YouTube chat. We're not gonna be on GroupMe, so don't say anything on GroupMe because we're not gonna pay attention to it. So we got Ghosty, we got Jason with a Y, which I never trusted Jason with a Y, so we'll see about him. Blitz Vision, who's from the MOFL. Jason Hill, who's DB's friend, so he has like a 1% chance of making it because of that. We got Naylor, also known as Nay Glizzy. He's from the MOFL. We got Jakai, also known as JC. We got DB. We got Fiddy. There's probably other people. We actually got 15 people listening, so I appreciate that. And I know all these guys do, especially Nasty Nate, the dirty boy. So, see, here's the thing about the MOFL. I want to be like, hey, who do you think the top two are going to be? Who do you think is the MOFL going to be? But MOFL Bowl going to be? But there's going to be like two guys that get called up. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to gauge that.
And guys did it in along the way as well.
Exactly. So before we dive into the release of the divisions and the tiers and the teams and the coaches, this year or last year, we're gonna recap Madden 2019 real quick. We did 3 seasons. Fiddy won 2 of them, and TJ, who is no longer with us, won 1 of them. We lost 3 players who played close to 200 games, if not more, in the COFL, and ZZ, Bowman, and Big Daddy. 2 of them we don't really care about. I shouldn't say we don't really care about, but 2 were just like, it's like whatever. But ZZ, ZZ was a good dude. He needed a break, and he's our guy, and he always will be our guy. But
Sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but we got a Hirsch sighting.
What's good, boys?
Hirsch the Hunter.
Now that I have the mic, I do want to say apologies to ZZ if he's listening. I did not mean to be a real asshole in the last game. Sorry about that, man. We do miss you very much. Definitely join us again in the future. But continue on with what you were doing.
Hey, Hirsch, I got a question for you.
What's good?
So every once in a while, I'm playing PlayStation, and I'll pull it up, and I'll see my friends list, and I don't really like look to see what games they're playing, but every once in a while, I'll see these random ass games that Hirsch the Hunter is playing. I mean, it's like goblins and ghouls versus like ISIS. Like, what are you playing?
No, man, I play all kinds of shit. I'm playing Monster Hunter, where I'm literally hunting these stupid-ass monsters. I did play that Star Wars game. I've seen a couple of invites you've sent me to play COD. And I always get some Fortnite invites from somebody in the COFL. Actually, Owen is always sending me some shit, man. If I played Fortnite, I would definitely join y'all, but that game is just not for me.
Yeah, I'm not a Fortnite guy either.
Same here.
Yay!
I think Nate is.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
We got Dougie Fresh, my guy, Dougie Fresh in the house. So let me look at some of these chats before we go. Anyone say anything? Jaron making to the MOFL Bowl again. Yeah, we'll see. Nasty Nate, the dirty boy.
Got some bulletin board material being created by Prez on this chat.
Dude, I always create bullet. That's just what I do. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, so without further ado, we are going to go to, the COFL tiers. We're going to start with Tier 4 of the AFC. And so how this is going to work is that I'm just going to hit a button. The tier is going to show up. It's going to show the teams and the coaches. And what we're going to do is we're all going to just kind of talk about it, and we'll all give our prediction of who we think is going to win it. And without further ado, the first division release of 2020, the year that USA goes to war with the rest of the world. Here we go. We have the Marv Levy division, the Tier 4 division, which features Bergwood, Robin, Retired Ass, and Deuce. One thing that's really interesting about this division is Deuce has now dropped to Tier 4. He started the year in Tier 2. So, in my opinion, he's the lead favorite. This is
100%.
Yeah, this is his division to lose.
I would agree with that. Sure.
Yeah, it's got to be him, and then Retired Ass, we'll see. Bergwood, yeah, you know what? If he was a different team other than Baltimore, I'd say have a chance. I just don't think he knows how to handle a weapon like. I mean, I don't think I can handle a weapon like Lamar. I'd freak out. So my pick, and I'm going to choose my pick, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of talk about it. Go into as much depth as you want. I'm just going to kind of set the stage, and I'll give the order. I'll say, hey, so-and-so, what do you think? And then go from there. So my pick is Deuce. Other than that, I think Retired Ass has a chance, but we'll see. Fiddy, since you are the 4-time COFL Bowl champ, I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I also got Deuce. He's definitely going to – I think it's just his to walk away with. It would take some serious lack of concentration to not win it for him. But I don't know. I have trouble ignoring the people who have the teams that are being ridiculously good during the season because Madden finds a way to juice them up. So I think the Ravens could just be a force to be reckoned with no matter who's using them. So I got Bergwood second, Robin third, Retired Ass fourth.
All right. Yeah, Robin four. You know, Robin is like. I mean, I think Robin does finish fourth. That's actually a pretty solid Tier 4 division, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not
bad. For the record, I have Robin third and Retired Ass fourth.
Oh, you have Retired. I'm sorry. That's actually not. Now that I'm looking at it. Okay. All right, I like that. Let's hear what Hirsch the Hunter has to say.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Fiddy here. I agree that Robin, as a vet, is not gonna come in for with Retired Ass with the Jags. I think he's just not gonna get it done. But again, Deuce with a pretty good Texans team. I've played with that Texans team a couple of times. I think they're gonna win the division. And Bergwood with the Ravens. I don't know if I know what to do with the Ravens team, so I'm not sure if he's going to know what to do as well.
Yeah, you know, I've played with the Jaguars, and they're not easy to beat. You know, you think like their defense would be great, but I didn't really get much of a pass rush. Offensively, I couldn't really run the ball. I mean, this was season 1 though, so it's different. But I know Josh struggled with them. Coach P struggled with them. I don't think they've had a winning record. I think
aside from that Jags team, though, this is a very strong division in terms of teams, in terms of talent on the field. This is a really good division to watch.
Yeah, it will be fun actually. I think Bergwood went 6-10, 7-9 last year with the Patriots. If I'm Bergwood, all I'm doing right now is just practicing running that read option, triple option. I'm not saying that's all you run, but you learn how to do that, especially on the goal line. You got a player like that, you got to do it. If you're not doing that, then you're wrong. Matty Harsh, what do you got?
Well, first, if Deuce does not win this division, he should automatically be in the toilet bowl. And I got Robin as my dark horse to win this division.
Wow.
She's always played in a lot of close games. I just feel like if she could take that extra step, she would really be a force to reckon with in this league. I mean, I think she's better than what her record indicates.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm going to cut you off, and I'll let you get back to what you were going to say. Robin is probably one of the most annoying players to play. And I say it every year. She's one of the most annoying. Maybe because she's a girl and I think I should beat her by 90. And that's just me being a pighead man. But, she beat me, I think, 2 seasons ago. Her defense is good. It's just her offense. Her offense always kills her.
So can she even fail with the Kansas City Chiefs on offense?
Anybody can fail in Madden.
It's fair.
All right, Matty Harsh, go on.
Bergwood's just got a lot of talent on that team to not at least finish third. Really, he should come second, if not win the whole damn thing. If retired Ass can get back to where he was back in the NCAA days, I believe he's even won a championship back in the NCAA days as well. That's easily a tier 1 coach, but he's got the Jags, and the Jags are not very good. So I don't know how that's going to work out for them. Maybe he can sneak in a win or two here and there to keep himself out of the toilet bowl, but we'll see.
Yeah, retired Ass is solid, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not really high on him right now. I'm not really high at all in general, but I'm not high on him. Clemson, you there?
Yeah.
All right, there he is.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, buddy.
I let y'all do your MOFL thing because I don't really know what to say about it. So I'm going to kind of go the opposite way of y'all. So I have played Bergwood. His only problem is, and you say you had to figure out how to utilize Lamar Jackson. He's actually using him too much right now. And so once he figures out that balance with the read option, he's going to end up being a good player. So I'm going to pick him to win the division. For the rest of the division, the problem with Robin is, and you've called her an annoying player. I've called her that too before, but the reason I have for it is every time we play, she doesn't find 3 offensive plays and just work them. She's balanced offensively. And I don't know that plays into the strength of Kansas City, which is drop back and sling the ball around. So I don't know how good of a team fit that is for her. Retired, I guess we'll call him retired ass.
How can you not?
Retired ass. Look, I think he knows what he's doing, but I don't think that Jags team was very good, so I agree on that. Deuce, we'll see. We'll see about the consistency. You mentioned him going from tier 2 to tier 4 and how that means he's going to dominate. I'm going the opposite way on it. I think it's a bad sign. And so we'll see how he handles the drop to tier 4. But right now I'm going to go Bergwood, Deuce, retired ass, and Robin.
Going back to what you said about right now, Bergwood, he's using Lamar Jackson too much. I think that's a good sign. He should be overusing him. He should be using him every single play before the season starts. And then you're right, find that balance. But right now, yeah, that's what he should be working on. That's all he should be. Because Lamar Jackson, go on.
I was just saying, he's still learning the read option. He's never run it.
Yeah.
So he's still working on it, figuring out when to hand it, when to keep it. And you think it's easy, but you have corners who are your read guy. You got to figure out what you're going to do on the play sometimes.
Yeah.
So he's still figuring all that out. And once he figures that out, Lamar is damn near impossible to stop.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, he's a good player. He's got a good D. He's tough. So right now we've had Texans, Chiefs, Ravens. No, Texans, Chiefs, Ravens. Man, we got 6 people on this podcast. All right, Nasty Nate, you're going to be the bottom man every time this time since it's your first time. So what do you got?
I got Deuce. I just think that he, like you said, he should probably just not easily run away, but he's definitely the heavy favorite. I think, as Clemmy just said, Bergwood should be able to figure out that read option or maybe that heavy panther if he installs that in a playbook with Lamar Jackson. That's against maybe people like Robin, Retired Ass, and Deuce. I think that's going to be pretty hard to stop. We saw a lot in the World War tournament. So I think I'm going to go Deuce, but Bergwood very close behind, and then Robin third, and I'm going to put Retired Ass at fourth, and I'm going to put him in early MOFL watch for that toilet bowl. So that's going to be my order.
All right. Thanks, Nate. That was average at best.
Thanks.
I'm kidding.
Yo, I wouldn't open up, baby.
We're gonna move on to the clear favorite. The clear favorite right now is Deuce. We're gonna move on to Tier 4 of the NFC. Boom. So we got Darren with 2 R's. We got B Dukes, Ricky with no E, and we got Va Fangul with 2 O's. So this one's gonna be interesting. Ricky, here's my thing. Ricky, he's always going to be 6-10 to 8-8, 9. That's about. I don't know. I kind of want to go Darren here because I think Darren did the old tankaroo and just ended up winning the toilet bowl game against that guy, and he got the number 1 pick. So I think Darren's not a bad player because I know he's in some franchises and he's actually not. He's he's solid. I'm going with Darren. I want to see Va Fangul be successful, not only in the game but also in life. But Va Fangul plays like 1925 football, and that just doesn't work in the COFL these days. B Dukes, I don't know, man. I just see Darren going like 11-5, and then everyone else going 7-9 to 4-12. So I'm going Darren. Fiddy, go ahead.
I don't know much about Darren or really even B Dukes lately, but I think those two are the ones that are going to be duking it out, pun intended. They got the 2 best teams. They've got. I know B Dukes has been a playoff team a couple of times. He's got the talent there, but the 49ers are one of those juiced up teams right now, and if Darren's a good player at all, then he should be able to take advantage of that. Ricky's got a pretty mediocre Madden team, and he'll probably be pretty middle of the road, if not a little below, like you said. And Va Fangul, I'm not even sure if he's a human. I think ever since he got married, he's lost the touch. But maybe he's getting it back. Maybe he's not. He's got a good team. He's had a month off. Who knows? But I'm going to go with Darren leading the way, Va second, B Dukes third, and Ricky fourth.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais, hell of a speech, monologue. Great work by his.
Oh, wasn't he great?
One of the best things I've ever heard.
Oh, it was awesome. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, the Golden Globes, he hosted it, and I didn't watch it. I just saw the monologue, the intro, and it was awesome. But all right, Hirsch the Hunter, what do you got?
Yeah, that shit was kind of hilarious. I watched that shit and turned the rest of that shit off.
Exactly.
But, to get back to this, first off, y'all are sleeping on my boy Va Fangul with 2 O's. No, I don't think he's going to win the division, but I think he gets second. I think he figures it out with the Rams. I think Madden Todd Gurley doesn't have arthritis. I think he'll be okay, but I do think Darren takes this division, followed by Va Fangul, followed by B Dukes with the Aints. I could never put them in any kind of prosperous position. Shout out to the Vikings picking them out. I appreciate that.
Man.
And Ricky, man, I think this is going to be a tough year with the Packers. I would hope that Madden has boosted up their defense some, so he can get a pass rush. He can get some things going. But I don't know if he'll be able to ignite that defense to really get it going.
Yeah, and I think the key in Madden, this Madden is pass. I mean, you got pass rush. You got to get to that quarterback, man, and you got to be able to stop the run. You got to get pressure. You can't. You got to, man. You can't let those quarterback. I don't care who it is. It could be Trubisky. It could be fucking Aaron Rodgers.
We'll get to Trubisky. Don't worry.
Oh, I ain't worried. I ain't worried, son. I ain't worried.
Grab your popcorn.
I'm ready for Hirsch. Anyways, we'll get to that. But Yeah, man, you got to have a good front seven. You got to send some pressure. Not every time, but you can't let quarterbacks sit back there and make a ham sandwich most of the time. Boomer Sooner, go ahead.
Well, first, I'm going to go with B Dukes winning this division.
Wow.
Every time B Dukes has a good team, he does well. Puts together a pretty successful season for himself. Darren, I don't know much about. In fact, I don't know hardly anything about any of the new guys that came last season, since the meat of the season was in November, and that was a hectic month for me, and I'm still recovering from it. But he does easily have the most complete team on the game. You have two superstar pass rushers that they're just going to get off and wreak havoc on people. It's hard to run up the middle on them because those guys, they just get off blocks. You don't really have to do a whole lot with them. So him with the 49ers should be able to put together a good run. After that, I think I'll go. I'm going with my boy. I think with the Rams and that running game, Todd Gurley's still a good back. He may not have the juiced up abilities that he's had, but he's still very serviceable. And then Ricky, I think Ricky's just going to have a tough time using the Packers. Like Hirsch said, there's not a lot of help on the defense, especially with the defensive backs.
Yeah. So who do you got winning division? B Dukes or Vafangul?
B Dukes.
You got B Dukes. So we have. Fiddy, who'd you say was going to win it?
Darren.
Oh, that's right. So we got 2 49ers, 1 Rams, 1 Saints. Clemson, what do you got to say, buddy?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start by saying, y'all are all giving Darren a lot of credit. Here's my thing.
Let them know.
You got to show it. You got to show it to get my respect. I ain't just handed a newbie a division when he walks in.
Preach.
You're going to have to show it to me. I'm going to agree with Matty Harsh. I'm going to agree and disagree. So I agree that I think B Dukes wins. But I think B Dukes wins because the Saints are the most complete team in the game. Y'all are sleeping on Cam Jordan on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Because that man is unblockable on this game. And they have playmakers at every level on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I'm going to go with the Saints. Now, you mentioned 1975 football, whatever, 65, whatever you said, Prez. Yeah, that's pretty much Todd Gurley to a T, so that seems to check out. I'll go with the Saints. I will go with the 49ers second, Vavangul third, and then Ricky in fourth.
Okay, so we got 2 49ers, 2 Saints, and 1 Rams. Nasty Nate, what do you got?
For this division, I'm going to go with B Dukes. I'm going to go with the Saints. I hate them as a team, but I think B Dukes will do just enough to get by. I'm going to agree with Clemson. I can't hand the division to someone who just walks right in. So I'm going to go with Darren second, though. Ricky, he's got to get off that D-line user. Otherwise, I'm never going to – I don't know if I'll ever give it to a division to somebody who's user in that D-lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Vafangul, I love him, but he's a good dude. Just he's not a great Madden player right now. I think that with the Falcons last year, he didn't do much, but I don't know if he's going to do much with the Rams either. So I'm going to go with B Dukes.
Wow, B Dukes. I mean, okay, I get it. You know, Darren, you're not going to hand him the division. That's fine. That's cool. Happy for you. But I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen B Dukes anything.
You juiced up Darren a little bit, and I have on this paper B Dukes winning the division, but I changed my mind because you said he was serviceable.
I think I'm going. Yeah. I'm sticking with it.
Darren did lose to D-Rob in the World War Bowl or the World War tournament. That's the only information I really know to go off him because he replaced Big Daddy, right? Tier 1.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of that's definitely something hard to gauge off of. But
yeah,
I think the D-Rob that might be a little telling.
So okay, we're gonna move on to tier 3, I believe AFC, but. You know, looking at these 2 tier 4s, the AFC I think it's a competitive tier 4. The NFC tier 4, I think it's competitive, but I don't know, man. I just feel like there's 2 teams that have a chance at making the playoffs, and I don't think Ricky and Vafangul do, and I hope they prove me wrong. I don't know. So we have the majority voted the Texans to win the division, and the majority voted the Saints. Sorry, to win the division. Let's move on to Tier 3 of the AFC, I believe. So far, Ghosty says Ricky's going to win the division. That's why you're not on the podcast, Ghosty. And then he has Deuce. Blitz Vision has Deuce and Darren. If anyone else you guys want to put in your predictions, go ahead. All right, let's move on. Here we go. We're moving on to Tier 3. That means we're getting to the better teams and the better coaches. No offense.
Dang.
This is a great division. I love this division. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got Roll, longtime legend. Matty Harsh, longtime legend. Golden Tours, whatever, longtime legend. And Lifted Lights. We'll see if Lifted Lights. I haven't heard from him. He's been kind of quiet, so he could be the first casualty to the to obliteration. I don't know where he's going to go after this. But man, that's a really good division. So there's so much to say on my end. I think this is a tough division to pick. I want to say Roll. I want to say Matty Harsh. I want to say everyone. All these guys can win it. I'm going to go with Matty Harsh. Here's the thing. All right, Matty Harsh, now that I have you, we can talk. The key for Matty Harsh. Let's see, he's got... Fuck, this is tough. I'm going with Matty Harsh, okay? I'm sticking with that. But when he had the Cowboys last, he ran the spread offense, and I just couldn't believe that's what he was doing. I know that's what he wants to do, and I know that's his offense, and that's what he's about, and I get it. I think he can do that, but I think he's got to incorporate the run more here, and not pass all the time with Josh Allen. He's got a good defense, man. He's got a really good defense. He could make some noise. But when you pass the ball 80% of the time, you're going to throw some interceptions. You're going to turn the ball over. I think if he could get a little more balanced, be like 60-40, 65-35 pass run, this division's his. Roll is going to be good with the Browns. He's a very good user. He's got a very good front seven. He's got a good front seven. Definitely a good D-line. He's got his boy Baker. I think it's going to be between Roll and Matty Harsh in this division. Golden Tears, the Jets, we'll see. Lifted Lights, we'll see. I'm going with Matty Harsh. This is as you can tell, this is a very hard division to pick for me. Fiddy, go ahead.
Roll. It's his division to lose, period.
Wow.
Point blank. He's got the better team. He's the better user. If he can put 3 seconds out of his day into putting a little bit of a strategy together in Madden and learning what works and what doesn't, he could be just as good as anyone else in this league. He chooses not to. That's why he's in Tier 3. But if he's got the team and the ability, this is his to lose. If he loses it, that's his own fault.
I agree. Wow, that's amazing. I agree with all that. Yeah.
Having said that, Lifted Lights could be a wild card. If he chooses to play, he's been good with the Dolphins before. He can be good with the Dolphins again. Matty Harsh, like you said, too pass heavy. There's a lot of good users in this league. However, if there was ever a guy that would be good for him to do that with, I think it is Josh Allen. He may be a little, I'm not sure how inaccurate he is in Madden, but 99 throw power is awesome. So you can make some cool things happen there and get some throws in that you probably wouldn't have otherwise. But I think it's Roll, Matty Harsh, Lifted Lights at third, but a wild card if he actually shows up. It is what it is. And then Golden Tears, or however his name is pronounced. I don't see it with the Jets.
You nailed it with Roll. Roll could be as deadly as anybody. Yeah, if he just goes on YouTube's a couple blitzes, a couple cover 3 beaters, he's good. That's what the old Roll used to do. Even before there was YouTube, he just found YouTube and he did it. Even before YouTube existed, he would find something. So yeah, I agree with you. On that. We're gonna go Hirsch. What do you think?
Man, y'all are tripping once again. Lifted Lights is definitely taking this division. I agree that he's a wild card, but like you said, he's nice with the Dolphins. He's shown us something before. I think Roll makes the playoffs with the Browns. I think they are a good squad. He's gonna do some good things. Matty Harsh, you got to run the ball, dog. I know you're in here, but you can run the ball with Josh Allen or Singletary. Singletary's been showing me some stuff in real life, so hopefully you can get it together there. And I always call Golden Tears gladiators. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. But
Same. I've always done that. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
yes. It took one of you guys saying Golden Tears for me to actually read the fucking letters in there and figure it out.
Oh shit! Is that not gladiators?
But yeah, that's going to be my take. I'm going to take Lifted Lights for the Dolphins, and I do think Roll makes the playoffs.
Oh, so you're saying 2 teams come out of that division?
Yes, indeed.
The pen is in full effect tonight.
It's vape.
Boomer, Matty Harsh, subject of many questions tonight. Go on.
Well, first of all, I'm taking it as a slap in the face of why I've been demoted down to tier 3.
Hey, man, motivation, baby.
Yeah, motivate me and I'll motivate you, son. Let's go.
I mean, I'm not a guy that really wants to sit here and tell you how good I am or what I can do. I'm just not that kind of guy. But however, I feel like I'm talented enough. I'm good enough to win this division. But however, I know Roll could just as easily beat me as well. I believe last season I played, me and Roll were in the same division, and we split the division. I beat him once, and he beat me once. So it'll definitely be a tough cookie to beat. I don't know much about Lifted Lights because he's a guy that just came in last season, and like I said, I don't know anything about these guys that came in last season since that was a hectic month for me. But then there's Golden Tears, but Golden Tears get his games in. He's always been a hard, difficult guy to get a game scheduled.
Shots fired. I like it.
Yeah.
He does like to yell.
He does. I'm like afraid to even be like, dude. I'm gonna start having one of you guys say something to him. I think he just I think he just had a kid, or his wife did. He didn't have a kid. Like in the last 6 months, so that's probably it.
No, that'll change a man.
Yep. So I'm looking at this chat. Naylor says he's got Lifted. Ghosty's got Roll. DB's got Golden Tours. We're just gonna say Gladiators. I like that. He's got Gladiators. Blitz Vision's got Lifted Lights. So it's kind of a mix right now, and that's kind of, I think, what this division's going to be. It's going to be a dogfight. I love it. Clemson, what do you got?
I'm going to follow right along with what y'all have told Matty Harsh, the advice you've given him today. As someone who has been the Buffalo Bills and has had Josh Allen spike random balls and throw them 8 feet into the stands, don't turn the Bills into an air raid team. That's the best advice I can give you. You're going to have a good defense. You have some solid running backs. You have some speed on the outside of the receiver, so it's not like you can't throw. But don't turn them into a 40-toss-a-game team. But I'm going to go with Roll. You know, Roll's been the Browns before. He's been good with the Browns before.
Yeah.
He is a good player when he cares to be.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Roll first. I'll go Matty Harsh second. Lifted Lights. I know he's been good with the Dolphins before, but he also had a little help from Big Daddy to win a playoff game.
That's right.
I like it. Shade. Let's go.
I think he takes a little bit of a step back with the Dolphins this time around. And I'll put him in third and Gladiators in fourth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna switch my pick.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm going Roll. I think Matty Harsh. I'm sorry, but I think Roll wins this division. I'm going with Roll. just based on what everyone's saying. And I think Roll's going to be a little bit more dedicated, just a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. I know it's mid NBA season and it's hard, but I think he's going to be a little. I think he's excited to be the Browns.
I think that's exactly why it'll work out. Mid NBA season's lame. Playoffs are in like 2 months.
JC's got lifted lights. Ghosty switched as well. He's got Matty Harsh winning it. So, okay, Nasty Nate, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Roll on this. I think he's got his team, the Browns. If you have your team, you kind of have that upper advantage before you even go into the season, just knowing what you want to do and how you want to strategize your game. For some reason in this league the last 2 years, the Miami Dolphins have been just super good no matter who has them. They've been to the title game last year and then the AFC Championship the year before.
The divisional round.
Divisional round?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but yeah.
You might be right. Matty Harsh with the Bills. I don't know too much about you, Matty Harsh, but I know the Bills aren't very good at Madden. I hated them. So I think you'll be a close second. I'm going to go Roll Matty Harsh. Golden Terrors, a worse team going up the division. I don't like the odds for there. So I'll go Lifted Lights third and Gladiators fourth.
So the Dolphins. Ooh, I got to fix that. The Dolphins, they lost in the divisional round 2 seasons ago. They lost in the title game last season. Yeah, I mean they've had good coaches. All right, let's go to the NFC Tier 3. So the majority winner in that is Roll, but it's spread out. I mean it's pretty much Roll, Matty Harsh, Lifted Lights. That's what everyone's picking. So the majority has picked the Texans, 49ers. No, sorry, Texans, Saints, and Browns as the division winners. Next up, NFC Tier 3. This is a fun division. This is, I feel like this is 3 yards in a cloud of dust division, except for the Buccaneers. I feel like these teams, I think they're all even. I don't think there's one coach where I look at them, all 4 of these guys, and I'm like, yeah, he's going to dominate. He's going to sweep everybody in the division. This, that, and the other thing. I have no idea who to pick, but I have to pick someone, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going with Blitz Vision, and the reason why, okay, is for some reason, I don't get it, but he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, and he plays well with them. He made a good little run in the Clemson. Did he beat you? No, you backed out. That's right. He made a good little run in the World War tournament, and he was the Bucs, and he was playing against other better teams. And
who was it I beat? I thought I did beat him, but then it got revoked.
No, you beat Monster. You beat Monster.
Was it Monster? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna play him. That's right. Okay.
So he was the Cowboys last season. He went air raid with the Cowboys. It's 2 coaches in a row that decided to throw the ball 50 times a game, but that's all right. So I'm going with him. I think the most interesting team to watch here is the Eagles. Can Josh redo? I can't think of the right word, but
Reignite.
Reignite? Was reignite? Reiterate? Nah, reignite. It's something. What Coach Nasty Nate and the Dirty Boy and the Dirty Birds did last year. Replicate. Thank you. What they did. Hey man, it takes 6 people to figure out a word. What Nasty Nate did last season with the Eagles was pretty awesome, even though it was annoying and stupid. But it was challenging, and I enjoyed watching other people try to stop it.
The most discouraging part was that it then happened in real life, and we couldn't say anything.
I know. Naylor, we'll see about Naylor. He's got some fight to him. I like it. He's an MOFL guy, came from the MOFL. Blitz Vision came from the MOFL. D-Rob had an MOFL stint.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, I honestly...
Also a former champion.
I think all these teams go 7-9 to 10-6. And I got Blitz Vision. I'm going Blitz Vision here. Fiddy, what do you got?
I think that these teams, I think you alluded to it, they're all pretty even as far as just the user handling it. But I liked what I saw from Naylor in the World War Tournament. And I think that the best combination of general talent and actual team, I love the Vikings in Madden. They've got talent everywhere you need talent. They got fast defense. They got good corners. They got 2 stud receivers. They got Dalvin Cook. It's tough to be mad about anything there. So I think he takes the division. I got Josh second. I think that I don't know if he'll put it together or not, but I think he's capable of it. And I don't know much about Blitz Vision, but I know that his team's worse. So Ty goes to better team. I got D-Rob coming up fourth, and I don't even think it's because he's him. I don't even know who he is anymore.
So you picked Naylor. Yeah, that's a good pick, and I'm glad you brought up what Naylor did in the World War Tournament, where he beat Jomo. Jomo, I think, is still making excuses about that game. That was a great win for him. I think he went to the Elite Eight. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure
he won a couple at least.
Yeah, he definitely made some noise. So yeah, that's a good pick. Hirsch, the MILF Hunter. What do you got?
Man, I am really excited about this division. I wish I had watched that Naylor game in the World War Tournament because, I mean, it sounds like some good shit. He does probably have the best team here. Before you guys took him out, I was actually going to go with Blitz Vision. We kind of got off on the wrong foot initially, but this guy's played really strong against me a couple of times, and I've seen him play a couple of other good games. And honestly, I'm just excited to see Jameis Winston air that shit out, man. That's going to be a lot of fun. But now that you guys have mentioned how well Naylor did in the World Tournament, I'm going to go with him winning the division. And then I don't know if a second team gets in the playoffs out of this division. I think I'm going to go Naylor, Blitz Vision. D-Rob is going to give another solid run, maybe 9-10 win season. And then Josh, I think he can't figure it out with the Eagles. I think there is some talent there on that team, but I think it's a lot of hidden gems. I don't think that's – I mean, it may be a good Madden winning team, but, I mean, you got to be a special player to make it work. So shout out to you, Nate, for making that happen last season.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Good job, Nate. I mean, man, so there's two things. I forgot about Hirsch and Blitz Vision kind of going at it, having some words. That was early on. I think that was like week 1.
Hirsch, someone playing you well.
I wanted some deference, man. He calling me a bum, and I was
did.
like, "Yo, you lost." Like,
he did call you a bum.
What's happening here?
I think
it was a good game.
I think his exact words were, "I can't believe I lost to a player like that," or something like that.
No. To this bum.
Ooh,
yes,
wow.
That was it. Yeah.
So he literally called you a bum.
Offended. He got me the next season though, but I'm gonna blame some of that on me playing with the Bengals, and some of that on the tank that turned out not to be a tank. But, excuses. I got a lot of excuses. It's cool.
That's all right.
Do you mean the 2-time COFL champion Bengals?
Fuck out of here, man. I mean, that's right. All right, this is a PG podcast. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. So we got 2 people picking the Vikings so far, and I'm the only one picking the Bucs. Okay, I do agree with you. I think only one team makes the playoffs in this division. Okay, so then we have.
Can I say real quick?
Go ahead.
I think the issue in this division is going to be it cannibalizes itself. I think this division has enough talent to get multiple teams to the playoffs. I think they just beat up on each other.
All right, Matty Harsh, go ahead.
Well, I've seen Naylor play in the World War I tournament, and I really liked his game, and he's really shown me a lot. I have to give this division to him. Second, I'm going to go with Josh. Every single season I root for Josh. It seems like he's always a contender to make it into the Toilet Bowl, but I think now that he's got the Eagles, he could turn the quarter in that and make something happen. Next, man, can someone please do a rise and fall video for this man, D-Rob? All right.
Yeah.
He's got the Cowboys. He's got too much talent. This is a man who's made runs in the playoff. He's been in Tier 1. He's been successful in Tier 1. There's no reason in hell why he can't even potentially win the division with the Cowboys, but you got to show us something. So for now, I'm putting him in third place. Blitz Vision, this is a guy I know nothing about, so it's hard for me to really give a educated guess on Blitz Vision, and same with a lot of these other guys I just don't know about. So,
all good. So you pick Naylor?
Yeah, pick Naylor.
All right, so that's the third one for Naylor. Okay, then we have Clemson. Go ahead.
Hey, Hirsch.
What's up? What's up?
Someone playing you well doesn't mean much, you bum.
Fuck out of here.
Damn.
I'll start
Man, I'm a perennial playoff team. Get the fuck out of here. Tier 3 legend moved up to Tier 2. We'll get to my Tier 2 stuff in a second. I'm putting that division. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm coming for you too. I hope you're on my schedule.
Oh, I love it. Me and Hurst go way back to his first season in the league when we went back and forth. I was Washington. And who were you?
Hirsch's
diving on me in the end zone.
Bucks, and I had a huge comeback on. I think the first game I blew you out, and the second game I had you had a second half collapse, and it let me in the playoffs.
Wow.
Or it might have been a playoff game. I don't fucking know, but it was great. It was fucking epic.
My favorite part about that season was when I won the COFL Bowl.
Fuck out of here.
Anyway,
that bullshit fucking fumble 6, J.J. Watt. Get the fuck out of here.
J.J. Watt, the legend, still lives on to this day.
I'm so pissed. All right, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, Clemson, go.
Back to the topic at hand. I will say one thing about the Bucks. To Prez's point, there isn't a better YOLO chuck-it-up team to have than the Tampa Bay Bucks. You're talking about a 30-30 quarterback in Jameis Winston, right? 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. It's perfect fit. For that reason, though, I'm not picking the Bucks because I think there's going to be a lot of interceptions thrown. Josh is interesting. I don't know if the record necessarily reflects it, but he has improved year by year the past couple seasons. He's playing better, and now he gets a pretty good team. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles to win the division. I'm going to take the Vikings in second. I do think the Vikings are probably the better all-around team, but I think Josh takes the next step up. I think he makes that jump. I think he ends up winning the division. I'll go with Naylor in second. Blitz Vision in third. D-Rob, man. It's like it just never evolved, right? Like he won that title with the Houston Texans running Lamar Miller 40 times a game, and it never changed. Like that was the only strategy. I will say he has a pretty good team to do that with now, with Ezekiel Elliott, but the offense never evolved.
Yeah, the league.
I don't think it will this season.
The league's better. I mean, Nate did it last season, but he caught the hands in the NFC Championship game. But yeah. So you went with Ja? No, you went with who'd you go with?
I went with Josh.
Yeah, you went with Josh.
I'm taking the dark horse. I do think you end up with a lot of cannibalization, as Hirsch said. I think you get a lot of most of these guys going 1-1 against each other within the division. It's going to come down to conference tiebreakers.
Yeah, and I think to make the playoffs, you got to win this division. Nasty Nate, speak.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm going to go with Naylor for this division. I am still extremely bitter that he beat me in the regular season last year. He made me almost quit for about a week and then took it out on Jake, but I still love that part. D-Rob, I think the way D-Rob succeeds is if he has a team that's defensive-minded first, and the Cowboys aren't a team that's going to fit that. Josh, if he doesn't run the ball with Boston Scott 35 times in a game, I'm going to be really, really upset. But I don't see it happening. I think somebody can do what Boston Scott did last season in the league, but I think it's kind of been figured out if everyone just watches Fiddy's film. That was very upsetting too.
I'm sorry.
Blitz Vision. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have them in my franchise. It's a little different there. Mike Evans is a beast. He can go up and just get the ball. I just don't think that they have the defense. I think Naylor is. What's up? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
Sorry.
Continue.
I think that the Vikings are the most well-rounded team, anyways, in this division. It will be 10-6, maybe 2 teams, maybe 10-6, 1 11-5, something like that. That's maybe it was just a 1-game lead that determines it. I think it'll come down to that final week in the regular season.
All right. So who'd you go with? Naylor?
Yes, he went with Naylor.
All right. Nate is doing bong hits right now. I don't know what's going on with that kid, but
I think he just answered a phone call in the middle of his answer and continued his answer.
So the majority was
Sometimes you
Naylor.
gotta
Pretty much Naylor. He yeah, like everyone's saying, he's got the squad, man. Run the ball, play defense, don't be a hero, don't turn the ball over,
Naylor, yeah.
kick field goals, and score a touchdown maybe once or twice a game, and you'll be good. All right, Tier 2 AFC. Here we go.
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah, we got you, buddy. We moved on. AFC Tier 2, we have DB, Nick, Heath, and Jay Sizzle. Heath, this is kind of surprising. I moved him up to Tier 2. The reason why is he's been in the COFL 3 seasons. He's made the playoffs twice, and he's won his division twice. So he's won a division in Tier 4 and Tier 3. That's why he got moved up to Tier 2. JC, DB, and Nick, I think they're the definition of Tier 2. Very good players. I have Nick winning this division. I want to say DB, but I'm not. I think JC struggles with the Chargers. He's going to try and throw the ball a lot. Yeah, I'm not saying JC does bad, but I got Nick, and that's it. I got Nick. Fiddy, who do you got?
I actually have JC and Nick a close second. I think they both might make the playoffs. But Heath, I think, might struggle for the first time. The Colts aren't amazing in this game, and like you said, the bump up to Tier 2 is going to be new to him. He's going to have a tougher schedule than ever. I think he'll have some adjusting to do. I'm not sure he'll get it done before Nick and JC run away with it. DB, I just don't even see that team fitting with him. It just doesn't even look right next to him being the Raiders. I just don't think he'll figure that out either. I think Nick's probably got a potential edge there. I think JC's got the team that matches his team. His team, it's very similar, the strengths of the Chargers and the Seahawks, which he just was. So I think that will play to his advantage, and he'll be able to continue his role.
I don't disagree with anything you just said. But I'm still going Nick. Hirsch, what do you got?
Fiddy, real quick, who did you have winning the division?
Chargers.
I have JC.
All right. I think I do disagree with that. I think this being a ball control league, running the football league, I think Nick figures it out with Derrick Henry. I think they're going to boost his stats up.
Yeah, good point.
Give the division to Nick, followed by JC. I think he does make the playoffs. I do agree with you that I don't know if the Raiders are DB's fit. And I think the division is just too much for Heath to handle.
Yeah, that's a good point. I do see 2 teams coming out of here. We'll see. Boomer, Sooner, go.
I'm going with the GC wins division. If you're going to be an air it out, throw it all over the place team, I think the Chargers are charging up for that. I got Nick coming in second. Nick's a very good player. It's going to be interesting to see how his little Wildcat-ish offense is going to work with the Titans if he continues to run it. Maybe he's going to rather struggle this season. And Heath, I think Heath is is going to get a warm welcome to Tier 2, especially playing with a team like the Colts.
Yeah, he's gonna. I want him to be challenged. I want to see how he handles the challenge because he's not a bad player, but so who you picking? You picking JC?
Yes, sir.
So that's 3 for JC. Interesting. JC, I hope you're hearing this, buddy. Clemson, who do you got?
The problem with DB is, and I agree, this is not a good team fit for him. As long as I've known him, he's always been, at least defensively, very aggressive, very send the house, and the Raiders do not have the personnel to run that.
No.
I think it's going to be a struggle for DB this season. I'm going to go with you, Prez. I'm going to go with Nick, especially if you want to run an offense where you have a running quarterback. You can really do that with either Ryan Tannehill or Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
They're a very solid all-around team, are the Titans. And I'm going to go with the Titans to win. I'll go with JC in second, DB third, and Heath in fourth.
So we got 3 Chargers, 2 Titans. Nate, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, buddy. Go ahead.
Cool.
What do you got?
All right, I'm going to even it up. I'm going to go with Nick in the Titans.
Wow.
I actually did a scrimmage with him about 3 days ago, and he put Marcus Mariota in for those Wildcat plays Matty Harsh was talking about, and he was running like some triple options with Deion Lewis and Derrick Henry in the backfield. It was definitely tough. You have to keep your defense honest against him. I think if he can learn it, which I think he will, I think that he can become a clear favorite for this division.
That's some inside information right there. That's some scouting. I like it.
Heath, I think, with the Colts, he's going up a division, going down in team. I don't know how I feel about that. I think his worst enemy is the passing game, and I think he's going to have to see a lot of it with the Colts. I'm going to go with Ja'Kai second in the division. I don't know. I've only played with Ja'Kai, I think.
What's his name?
One. Ja'Kai, JC.
Yeah.
Whichever he prefers, whichever day. I think I've only played him once or twice. Losing Melvin Gordon's ability might be a little tough for him, but I think that if he got it done with the Jets, I think he can do it with the Chargers. And then DB, like Clemson said, he likes to send the dogs, as he says, on mud. I don't think he's going to be able to do it in the COFL with the Raiders. So I'm going to put him third and then Heath fourth.
We have Ghosty picking Nick. We have Blitz Vision picking Nick. And Naylor. Who was he picked? I don't know who he picked.
A lot of pressure on old Nick here.
Yeah. So we're going to go with the majority picking the Tennessee Titans to win that division. But I think a lot of us are saying that 2 teams are going to come out of this division to make the playoffs.
Yep. That's exactly it.
Yeah, being the Titans and the Chargers. All right, here we go. Tier 2 NFC.
Pew pew.
Boom. This is gonna be This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be fun for this chat.
Oh yeah. Hirsch and I we renew our rivalry. We get to play 2 times. That's gonna be a lot of fun. You know what I'm noticing too, with handful of coaches, a lot of people are able to be their favorite team. Me, the Bears; Hirsch, the Falcons; Blitz Vision, the Bucks; D-Rob, the Cowboys.
Isn't JMCC a Seahawks fan?
Yeah, JMCC is a Seahawks fan. There's another one. He's in Tier 1. He got his team. So that's pretty fun too. But, man, so I really do think I'm going to win this division.
Yeah.
This is my third time. This is my third.
What?
This is my third time being the Bears. I've won 9-7 both times. Third season in a row in Tier 2, by the way. Owen, I'll sweep. I'll split with Hirsch, and I will sweep JMCC. I will go 11-5 this season, and that's my prediction. Hirsch will come in second. See, Hirsch has been sitting in tier 3, fucking making banana pancakes, drinking Mai Tais, having fun. Like, having fun.
Hurry up and do your analysis so I can
you know,
edit his ass.
Texting while he plays, having a conversation with his girlfriend when she calls him. And it's a different world in tier 2, man. It's a different world. And it's going to be interesting to see how you handle it. Personally, I don't think you can, but I hope you do, and I wish you the best of luck. So good luck. Fiddy, what do you got?
For the first time, maybe ever, I have Prez, number 1 favorite to win the division.
There we go. All eyes on me, baby. Let's go.
I think that this is it. This is your time to shine. So far, I don't see any belligerent people beneath you that should beat you. You have the same team that you had last year. That team is your favorite team. I see no reason that you shouldn't keep rolling. You had a good season last year, and there's no reason you shouldn't build off of that. Having said that,
I'm literally flexing right now. I'm so fired up. Keep going.
You should. Having said that, my boy Hirsch, the tier 3 legend himself, who literally less than 10 minutes ago just changed his name away from that probably so I couldn't say this. He has been living in tier 3. I don't know if it'll be a super big jump for him, but it will be a jump for him. He does have his squad, and that's super exciting for both of you to have your teams and to get to play each other twice. I can't wait to watch that. JMCC, I don't know. I want him to do so good, but I just don't see it. He just has to – the theology thing really throws me for a loop. I don't really know what's going on in his brain. But I got him 3rd, and then I got Owen 4th. Owen just has the Redskins. That's really the big issue there. I'm sorry, the R words.
Hirsch.
Bleep that out.
Hirsch, you ready? Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I'm ready. Yo, Fitty, man, I know Illinois just legalized. You must have took a little road trip over there, got you some of that good stuff. I know Prez is on that shit right now. Y'all are tripping. There is no fucking way I don't lose this goddamn division. First off, this is going to be a really fun division.
Yeah.
Very similar to tier 3. I like all the teams in here. This is going to be a lot of fun battles. Me and Owen go back and forth often. JMCC, obviously, me and Prez have a whole entire beef. Of course, this is my favorite team. I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. Shit, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's no fucking way I lose this division. Absolutely no fucking way. The other thing that I want to say is the league is so talented right now. I'm not saying tiers do not matter, but we've been playing at a high clip consistently. I've beaten consistently tier 1 teams. I've beaten consistently tier 2 teams. I'm not going to speak on tier 3 and tier 4 because obviously I've been there, and I don't want to, just kind of rub it in too much. But this is going to be a division, a season that really defines who I am, who Prez is. It's going to be good. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to look like the real Falcons out here because Matt Ryan is going to do some dumb shit. I can already tell you. I don't know what happens. I know I'm the most bipolar player ever, but this season I'm bringing it. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. No, this I don't think I got a chance to say it, but this division is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Matty Harsh, talk to me, Vapor. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, Prez, this is your 3rd season in a row with the Bears. They're your favorite team. You should know the ins and outs about this team by now.
I do.
That's why I think you're going to win this division. Just
Thank
keep
you.
the ball out of Trubisky's hands, and you'll do
Yo,
it.
by week 2.5, Prez is going to be complaining about Mitchell Trubisky, his little arm,
I got
legs, and how they don't have any running backs, and how Khalil Mack disappeared, and how Roquan Smith is hurt. It's going to be all that bullshit. I'm not going to hear it.
First of all, I think it's about goddamn time Hirsch moves up a tier. But I got him finishing 2nd and making a wild card spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's got that figured out. The Falcons, they have a lot of weapons. They're one of the most underrated teams in the game, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think he could definitely make some noise in that aspect. And Hirsch been a sleeping giant. People have been doubting him. People have never really given him the respect that he's deserved. And I think he's going to be able to show that, make some noise here in tier 2.
Yeah, no, Falcons are. I mean, they've always been like the most fun team to play with. I think they're like the greatest show on turf, Madden style. I mean, you just give the ball to Devonta Freeman and just let him. I mean, just run stretch. That's it. And that goes back to like Madden 16. Uh, so Fitty Hurst, I personally think only one team comes out of this division making the playoffs. What do you guys? You got just one or two?
I think you both make it.
Wow. Okay. I think just one.
One.
Here's the thing, because we still have tier 1. I've been trying to count along as we go. And so if I'm going to go with cannibalized tier 3, I think 2 teams make it out of tier 1, 2 teams make it out of tier 2, and the division winners make it out of tier 3.
Okay. Clemson, what do you got, kid?
So, Atlanta has always been like the team to play with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I definitely did. I think Fitty did too. We played that online tournament. I know I was Atlanta. We rolled through people.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was doing, too.
They've always been such a fun team. Even if their ratings might be down some, that defense is still fast. And this can seem like a blasphemous statement, but Deion Jones on Madden is Luke Kuechly level. Like, he's a game changer on defense. Prez, your defense is very good. I have no faith in Mitchell Trubisky in real life or in the game.
Neither do I, but I make it happen. That's just what I do.
And I hate this. I hate giving Hurst the Bum any credit, but I'm gonna give Hurst some credit. I'm gonna make him the favorite in this division, and just like Roll, Hurst, if you lose, it's your own fault. I got Prez in second. And JMCC. I mean, my big question is he gonna get his games in, the weird time zone and everything? He struggled at times getting people scheduled up when he's not. When he's actually available, he's out in the pub having a drink and then coming back and talking about philosophy. And I don't know. I don't see it. But the Seahawks are a good team. He will get some wins. And I'll have Owen in fourth. I don't have much to say about that.
So we got 3 Bears, 2 Falcons. Nasty Nate, what do you got?
I'm gonna ride with Atlanta. Rise up. Can't go no against them. I want to say you, but I can't say no to Atlanta. I think that if you keep Trubisky throwing the ball under 10 yards, those little motion outs with the running back with Tariq Cohen that you do, those are really hard to stop. I really like those plays.
Thanks, Nate.
I think you need to install a lot of those in your playbook. I think you'll be really successful. Julio Jones is really all I have to say. Deion Jones on defense, he is fast, so fast. Owen, he himself has offensive firepower, but the Washington Redskins do not, and it's not a good mix. JMCC, I can't pick him. I'm going to put him at 3, 0-4. I'm going to take Falcons, Hirsch 1, and Prez a close second.
So the majority has Hirsch winning the division. I mean, it's tied 3-3, but I went to the YouTube chat, and the majority has Hirsch winning the division. So as of now, just based on what everyone's saying, in the NFC, we have New Orleans, Minnesota, and Atlanta winning their divisions. The majority does not have more than one team coming out of those divisions. So it looks like in the NFC there'll be 3 teams in Tier 1, just like last year coming out of the NFC, but who knows. AFC, we have Houston, Cleveland, and Tennessee winning their divisions, and the Chargers coming out of the Don Shula division as a wild card. So that means that 2 teams will make the playoffs based on the majority. So let's go to Tier 1 AFC. Here we go. These are the best players in America in the AFC. We have Coach P, Clemson, Jomo, and Nasir. This is a group of misfits. It's an interesting division. I see Jomo winning this division. No offense, Clemson. Trust me, you're my guy, and I want you. you winning a COFL Bowl, I feel like I would be a part of it. Even if you didn't invite me to the ring ceremony, I would still be a part of it. I just think Jomo, man, I think he's the most patient runner I've seen. And he just knows I don't know, man. I think he's shown that he's a top 5 Madden player in this league. So I got him winning the division. I got Jomo. I got Clemson. Man, Clemson and Nasir are going to be some good game battles. I think Nasir kind of drops a little bit. He went 8-5 in the regular season. He did go to the COFL Bowl, so he got hot at the right time. It's not like he went 14-2 or played 13 games, so 11-2. So I'm going Jomo, Clemson, Nasir, Coach P. Coach P struggles, but it's like I feel Coach P goes 7-9. Like he won't go 4-12. So I wouldn't even say he struggles. I just, he gets all hopped up on me putting him in tier 1, but I think he's better than all the coaches in the AFC tier 2. So eat a bag. Fiddy, you're up.
I struggled picking this division. I really wanted to pick Clemmy. I did, but one, you were the Steelers, and I can't do that just as a personal thing. And two, the Bengals are the complete inverse of that. And I played Nasir in the COFL Bowl. He played me tough. I got a lot of respect for him. He's got my squad. I think that I'm going to take the opposite stance that Prez just did, and I think that he may take a step down, but I think that what he did last year, he may not have dominated the regular season, but he did get hot at the right time, which means he did what we preach in this league, and that is adapt and overcome. He started it out, got rocked a little bit, figured it out, got hot, and played with the best of the best, knocked a couple of good players out, and made the bowl, which is all you can ask for. He's got a better team than he did last time, even though it's marginal, and I just think he figures it out. That Bengals, I know I'm biased, but they got weapons. They got John Ross. He's fast as heck. Joe Mixon's a good player. If you know how to do it, it can be done. I got Nasir 1. I got Clemson and Jomo duking it out. I want to give it to Jomo, but I can't because I just don't like the Broncos in this game. Clemson takes it with good defense. Jomo 3rd, Coach P 4th.
Yeah, Clemson and Jomo have a good little history. I mean, they've been, I think, in the same division. This will be the 3rd season in a row. So this will be, counting the playoffs, they played one time. This will be the 7th time they've played in 3 seasons. That's pretty cool. So we have the Broncos and the Bengals. Hirsch, what do you got?
Yo, this is again another fun division. I like Nasir here. He was great with the Dolphins. He showed he could get it done with a team with limited weapons or weapons in particular areas. Damn. Clemson, man, I don't know if the Steelers are a great fit for you. I know you're adaptable, man. I know you can damn near win with anybody, but I don't know. I don't know. This one I'm going to give to Nasir. I'm going to give Clemson that number 2 spot. He's going to make the playoffs as well. Jomo with the Broncos.
That's his team.
Edges out the Patriots. Coach P and the Patriots. This is going to be another cannibalizing division. This is going to be tough. I can see it going a lot of different ways, but I'm going to go Nas, Clemmy, Jomo, and Coach P.
All right, so that's 2 for Nas. Then we have Boomer Sooner. Go ahead.
All right, I am taking Clemson in this division, and I will tell you why. He has the most underrated team in the game. He got makers everywhere. He's easily got a top 3 offensive line in the entire game. Roethlisberger can still sling it. He's got playmakers everywhere. He's got linebackers that are faster than fucking slot receivers and pass rushers that will come and knock your head off. I think he's taking this division. With that being said, Nasir is going to come in second. I think the Bengals are actually a lot better than the Dolphins, actually. I know he likes to pound the rock, but Joe Mixon is a hell of a lot better than, what's his name, Ballard? Is that his name?
Balaj.
Yeah,
Balaj.
The Bellagio.
Yeah, and probably slightly better offensive line. got quite a few receivers he can hit, and he's got some pass rushers that can get off the line and really cause havoc. I think he's going to come in second. Jomo, I know this is his team. He's going to make a lot of noise, and this is one I could be dead wrong on because Jomo's that good of a player, but the Broncos' offense is substantially worse as the years came along. They traded their best receiver. Flacco's gotten a lot worse, and that's going to force them to be very one-dimensional on offense. Now, but of course, Jomo, he could have his pick of the litter of his quarterback. He's still probably going to be one-dimensional because that's his identity, and he's got some playmakers on that defensive side of the ball. So he could very well make some noise, and this is very well a pick that could have two wild card teams in it.
Yeah, I think it's going to have two teams make the playoffs. But go on. So,
Coach P, I don't think he's going to do terrible. He's probably going to come in 7-9 or 6-10. Just can't really hang with these guys of this tier. So it'd probably be a different story for him. But now he's stepping up into tier 1 with easily 3 of the best users in the league.
Clemson, what do you got?
All right. Y'all kept me patiently waiting for that long. That was hard for me. I just want y'all to know that. And you know I'm a radio guy, so I'm going to want to talk for a minute about this. So just allow me to pontificate on this topic for a second.
Talk that talk.
So I came up with 3 words to describe each of my opponents, and then I'll get to mine. The first one is adapt. The second one is evolve. The third one is consistency. So we'll start with adapt, which I have for Nasir. We've seen this before. Don't fall into this trap of the new guy who comes in and gets hot. Because what happens is the longer you stay in this league, the more people figure you out. And if you can't adapt to that and people start getting film on you, you end up in MOFL territory real quick.
Preach.
So we're going to see. This is going to be the season that tells it. Was it one lucky hot run, or is he going to be able to adapt and be a consistent player? Number 2 was evolve, and that's for Jomo. Because, and I thought this comparison, I think it's perfect. Jomo is like the Wisconsin Badgers, right? He's going to line up. He's going to run it 40 times a game. And when he's playing an inferior opponent or he's playing a team that doesn't have quite as much talent and he can push them around, he starts running up the score and, he's real good. He wins games by 40. What happens when teams force him to get out of that? You saw the extreme version of that in the NFC Championship or divisional round last year against Fitty, in which Fitty pushed him back into 2nd and 3rd longs, made him drop back and be a passer. He threw 4 picks in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. And that game snowballed like hell. Mm-hmm. Same thing happened in our playoff game. He had offensive success against me with the Redskins, but I forced him back into enough 3rd and longs that I was able to pick him off a couple times with Luke. That was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
So his ability to evolve is going to tell the story because he has no idea what he's doing on 3rd and long. If you get him in that situation, he does not know what he's doing. Period. He will throw the ball straight to you. So I'm interested to see with a team like the Broncos, in which he ain't going to be able to throw at all. He already couldn't throw. He can't throw now. How he's going to be able to evolve. This past 2 seasons, really good season with the Redskins. Came down a little bit last year. I think he's coming down a little bit more because I don't think he's going to evolve. Consistency, Coach P could be one of the best players in the league, but he's like the team that is number 5 in the country, goes on the road, plays the number 1 team, gets really, really hyped up, comes out, beats them by 5 touchdowns, then comes back home, loses to unranked Duke. That's Coach P. I don't know if it's a focus issue or it's an overconfidence issue, but that's what he always does. And what ends up happening is it costs him playoff position. It costs him a chance at the playoffs, period. So we'll see if he can be consistent with the Patriots. And for me, man, my word was ceiling, because I've been punching at a glass ceiling for years now, trying to bust through. And it's like Clemson, right? Back in the early Dabo Sweeney era with Taj Ford and Sammy Watkins and Nuke. Like, they were good. They played above average. They get blown out by Florida State. They lose to South Carolina. They make a good bowl game. They make a good run, but they're not quite there until they bust through. Now they're rolling. I'm just waiting for my moment to bust through. And Matty Harsh is just right about the Steelers. Like, Prez, I was talking to you. I was like, I don't know. Should I take the Steelers? Should I take the Broncos? And then I went in and looked at the Steelers roster.
Yeah, they got a team.
They've got a squad.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the season that I bust through. So I'm taking myself.
I love it.
I'm gonna take Nasir in second. I think this is a bad team fit for Jomo. I think he can still play defense. I don't think he's going to be able to do what he's done the past couple of seasons running the ball. And like I said, once he gets pushed back into third and long situations, he's throwing you the football. You just got to be ready to catch it.
Damn. I love it.
I'm taking Coach P in fourth.
Yeah, I'm switching my pick. I'm going Clemson. And the reason why is Pittsburgh, because I was even looking at Pittsburgh. I had the 18th pick. I'm like, you know what? If the Steelers are there, I'm going to take them. That's a steal. They have a great defense. Like, offensive line, I think they're all 80 or mid 70s, high 70s, 80s. I think there's even a 90. They got playmakers. They got Big Ben, James Conner. I mean, he's not a world beater, but he gets the job done. It's a good team. And man,
I think the biggest thing I've noticed playing with them is, obviously, I can't rely on the quarterback run and the quarterback read as much. I can still do it. I can get 3 to 5 yards with Ben run the read option. And I can do it enough to keep somebody honest. Mm-hmm. But this is the most balanced offense I think I'm ever going to roll out. Just because they have speed all on the outside. You have James Conner in the middle. And I'm going to throw it around a lot more than I had before. But, buddy, James Conner will run you over, too.
All right. Nasty Nate, what do you got, kid?
It's going to be a hard speech to follow up there. But I think you guys are sleeping a little bit on Jomo, because this is Jomo's team. He's had them 2 seasons, I believe, and I think his record is somewhere around 25-6, 25-7, something like that. I'm going to take Clemson and Jomo as favorites for the play. I think they'll both make the playoffs pretty easily. I think Nasir will be third. Coach P, he'll kind of just wander around the 8-8 zone. But for the division, I had Jomo originally, but I don't know if I want to stick with that or if I want to go with Clemson. Reading the chat and listening to him, I did not realize
that speech was magnificent.
It was. I did not realize.
I was prepared, boys. I was prepared.
I think DB just said that they still have Shazier as the middle linebacker, which I did not realize they still have. He's a huge asset. Fitzpatrick and the safety, that defense is very good. Big Ben, he's doable. He's a game manager for you, definitely. Juju, I do like the offense. I think in terms of balance, I'm going to have to go with Clemson now as my division favorite.
Okay. So it looks like
for what it's worth, Jomo is 23-9 as the Denver head coach.
There you go. The majority picked Cincinnati, Nasir, to win the division, with Pittsburgh also making the wild card. So it looks like the AFC, we have Houston, Cleveland, Tennessee, and Cincinnati as the division winners, with the Chargers and Pittsburgh making the playoffs. We got to move
Can I make a bold prediction real quick? It's real fast. I think that the winner of this division, this Tier 1, will not exceed 10 wins. Wow. I think that they're just going to beat each other up. They're going to each split their own games, and they're just all going to be something close to 10-6.
That is pretty bold.
Yeah.
Usually you see a Tier 1 coach at 13-3, 12-4. All right, well, we'll hold you to that. All right, let's move to NFC Tier 1. Here we go. We have Fitty, Ghosty, Jake, and Nate. Fun division. I got to go with Fitty. We're in the era. We're not in the era yet. If he wins one more championship, it's the era Fitty of. The era of Fitty, yeah. I'm going with him. He's got the team. Second time being him. Nate's the Cardinals. He's going to struggle with them. Nate doesn't do well with teams that aren't good. That's not a shot at him. That's just the way life is sometimes. Ghosty's going to struggle with the Giants. I think the names in this division are good. I think you're going to see Ghosty going like 9-7, 8-8. I think Nate goes 7-9, 8-8. Jake will be good. Jake will be good with the Lions. I think Fitty wins this division by 2-3 games. Shit, you know what? Looking at this now, I don't think 3 teams come out of the NFC Tier 1. I think 1, 2 at the most. Fitty, go ahead.
I'm not going to beat the drum too terribly much, but I'm feeling good about the way I'm playing lately, and I love this team. Christian McCaffrey, the Caucasian invasion, Christian McCaffrey, Luke Kuechly combo. It's very deadly. It is what it is. Absolutely. Few and far between. But I just love the way that the Panthers team's set up. I've gotten used to it. It's my first season last season ever making a playbook, which I've been told is absurd, but it's been nice for me. I'm starting to get the hang of it. I added some more things, so we'll see how that goes. But Jake, you don't underestimate Jake. You just don't do it. It's just something that he's going to make the playoffs. I'll even be like if someone said that Jake wins the division instead of me, it's not even an insult. He just does what he does. I don't love the Lions for him though. I was looking around the offense and I can't find that. Like he doesn't even have the quarterback that's super capable of doing the gay rollout thingy he likes to do. He doesn't have a quick receiver. His running backs aren't phenomenal. I'm curious to see what he finds and what he makes work. But the Lions are going to be tough for him, I think.
See, I disagree. Kerryon Johnson, I think, is an 85. He's pretty good.
Is he?
Stafford.
Is he fast though?
He's an 82.
82. He's faster than James Conner and other people, and that's not like a shot at Clemson. I'm just saying he's fast. I think he's fast. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have the answer. He's got Kenny Galladay at receiver. Galladay is good. He's got 2 superstars on defense. One's a D lineman. I forget his name. He's got Slay. I think the Lions are a good team for him, to be honest with you.
Nice.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think the Lions got some players, but go on.
No, you're good. Nate, I think, is going to figure it out, but it's going to be too late. He's going to be one of those super annoying, 0-4, 1-3 type of starts, and then he'll start to figure it out. But at that point, somebody else will have run away with a better record, and it won't be any fault of his own at that point. Ghosty, Godspeed. This is tough for you, man. Figure out Saquon Barkley, and you might have a shot just because he's God mode, but you're in a tough spot with a tough schedule and a poopy team.
Poopy. So you went with yourself, which you should. I mean, you're the defending champ, 4-time champ. Hershey Cakes, what you got?
Hey, man, you already know what it is. This is Jake and Fitty's division to lose. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a toss-up between the two. To be honest, Fitty's been on a roll lately. I think he takes it. Jake is going to be distracted by college. It's about to be springtime soon. These girls are about to come out here in these sundresses.
Yeah, boy.
He's an athlete. It's not one thing, though. It's not football season now, so he might have a little more free time.
Damn.
But I do think Fitty, with the better team, takes the W. I like Nate in this division, but again, they're going to beat up on each other. I think Ghosty is just outmatched by these other guys. Just like Clemson earlier said, we have been hyping up a lot of the new guys, but with everybody's season, we see a quick rise and then a quick fall after people get some film. They watch your style, watch your strategy. I still haven't had the same winning dominant season. I've had some really good winning seasons. I haven't had the same dominant season like my first season. I think that trend continues until people really just, adapt with the times. So again, I'm going to go with Fitty, Jake, Nate, and then Ghosty.
Matty Harsh, what do you got?
I think this team is meant for Fitty. just spinning around McCaffrey and just roaming the field. Usually pick everything up because that dude's just amazing quick. And of course, if you can just land a hit stick on someone, which is not that hard to do with his ability, chances are it's probably going to be a fumble. And I just think he's got everything he needs to succeed to maybe Pete plus Cam Newton, one of the quarterbacks in the game that if you don't breathe on him, you won't fumble. Like every other quarterback in this game, but Jake will be right there on his ass. Jake is probably going to be a little bit harder for him since he don't have the fast quarterback. But however, this is also probably the best team he's had since he's had the Rams at the beginning of last year when he just really dominated.
Man, that was a bad time.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But Nate, I got Nate coming in third. Nate, you're going to have to do a lot of running around with Kyler Murray because that offensive line is not going to hold up for you. But luckily, he's the second fastest quarterback in the game, so he should be all right there. Go Steve. He's going to struggle. He's going to have to run the ball 100 times a game with Barkley because you're not going to be able to throw the ball around with that team. That defense is paper thin. Everyone's just going to run through it. He's just going to have to ride the struggle bus this season with that team.
So we got three people. No, 4 people now picking the Panthers, and everyone's pretty much saying it's going to be Fitty and Jake. Clemson, what do you got?
This is pretty clear cut for me. Look at the teams in the division: the Cardinals, the Giants, the Lions, and the Panthers. One of these teams is not like the others. Panthers are loaded. And you scroll through the rankings, you just casually see their overall, their offense, and their defense. Ignore all that. That is a loaded ball club with Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey. You want to sell out on them. You got DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel on the outside. And Fitty had a fun time with Curtis Samuel all throughout the playoff, I know. Defensively, serviceable defensive line. If you run I know Fitty runs a 4-3, but if you run a 3-4 at that team, you get Bruce Irvin on the outside, you get Brian Burns on the outside, super fast linebackers, Luke Kuechly, obviously, solid in the secondary. I mean, this team far and away blows all the other teams out of the water in terms of talent, and then you add in a coach like Fitty. I don't think it's close. I think he wins it by three games in the division.
Yeah, I agree.
Jake, yeah, he's good. He's still good. He's still Jake. Matt Stafford has 74 speed, so let's see you roll out, dude. Let's see you do your rollouts. You're going to get hit. Luke Kuechly's going to knock your head off and pick the ball up himself and run it back for a touchdown. And then the Giants, they're all Saquon. Shut him down, you shut down the Giants. Yeah. Cardinals are just bad. They're just a bad team. Yeah. Fitty runs away with it. Mm-hmm. Jake, I think it's fair to start asking, is he distracted finally by real life? We'll see if that gets in the way, but I think he comes in second. I'll give third place to Nate, fourth place to Ghosty.
No, I mean, it's Nate will get to you in a second, but no, this is 3 seasons in a row. Jake has not made it to the COFL Bowl. He's distracted, and he'll be back one day, but his reign of terror is over. He's no longer the COFL terrorist that he once was. I mean, he reigned terror on this league. I mean, people just gave up. I mean, they didn't give up, but you just knew you weren't going to beat him. It was unbelievable. It was him and JT, one of the greatest runs of all time. We are now seeing if Fitty could enter in that category. Win 3 COFL Bowls in 4 seasons. Pretty unheard of. In fact, those are the only 2 ever to do it. Nate, go ahead.
All right. I would love to take myself in this division, but I don't even know if I could because Fitty is just going to be so dominant with the team that he already won a COFL Bowl with once. and he doesn't have to learn anything new. He just has to add a few cute plays. And me, Ghosty, and Jake, we're going to have to learn just a whole new team. So he's a mile ahead of us right now when we're 1 week away from season. I'm not saying that it will happen, but if there were ever a time that Jake misses a playoffs, this would be the year, because I think that I'm being slept on a little bit. I think Ghosty is, because Ghosty is very good regular season. Playoffs is a little different story. But he can find a way to get it done. We do get some games against tier 4s and 3s, which are, I guess, seen as our rest games. But those are definitely games that can help make up if we have a bad game. I'll go Fitty first in the division. I'm going to say I'm second. I'll say Jake's third and Ghosty's fourth.
Okay, so the clear cut is definitely Fitty there. So it looks like we have NFC New Orleans, Minnesota, Atlanta, Carolina winning their divisions, and everyone's saying it's going to be Detroit and the Bears as the wild cards. So shit. Sorry. Fuck, man, we could do this podcast for another 2 hours, but I have to actually get going, believe it or not. We've done the podcast for almost 2 hours, and the wife is coming home, and I have to pay attention to her and do all that stuff. We didn't even get to go to the schedules and predictions, which is crazy. All the schedules are up on the website now. The divisions are up. Schedules were up. I did some tweakings. Let's look at the Chiefs. I made look at the trophies. They look a little cleaner and fresher, and just looks a little more organized and clean. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same. Club history's up there, but you can look at your schedule, see who you play. Season as of now starts Sunday, but we might just say fuck it and start it Friday night. We do have to come up with primetime games. I planned on doing that tonight, but I mean, we just talked for 2 hours about division predictions and MOFL, so I mean that's another hour. But every Tuesday night, probably for the next 2 months, I'm down to do these podcasts if you guys are. So if you're around, join us. And gentlemen, I had a blast as always.
This is the best time.
Fitty, thank you for showing up. Nate, welcome. Clemson, always very informative. I appreciate it. Hirsch, always good talking to you, buddy. Matty Harsh, you as well. So the competition committee will get together and we will talk about what primetime games are and who's going to kick the season off Friday night. I guess we're starting the season Friday night.
Can I make one last plug?
What'd you say?
I said, let me make one last plug. I have one plug. Losers Talking Winners. New podcast coming this week. National Championship preview, NFL recaps, preview, predictions, everything like that. Don't miss that. It's coming this week.
Yeah, if you're not following them on Twitter, it's Losers Talking Winners. Twitter. Fitty?
Those people actually like Clemson. You're going to have a good time listening to them. They know what they're talking about with this matchup.
Yeah, they do. He's very informative. He's not just some dope talking. He's actually...
He is, but we enjoy it.
Yeah, but no, he actually knows what he's talking about. All right, gentlemen, enjoy your night, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks again, all right?
Thanks. Go.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.